Hey everyone, Jim Ramos here. I've been journaling in my Bible study time through the pastoral epistles of 1 Timothy, 2 Timothy, and Titus. I started 2 Timothy this week. This morning I was in chapter 1, verse 2, where Paul, speaking to Timothy, wishes grace and mercy upon him. And as I thought about that, I thought, how many people don't know a lot of these fancy church words? As a youth pastor, a friend of mine shared an acrostic for grace, which is the soft hand. It's the extended hand of God's love, right? We are saved by grace through faith. It's that extension of God's love. God's riches at Christ's expense. We didn't have grace until Jesus, right? So around 2011, I started thinking about grace. I thought, okay, well, what's the opposite of grace? It has to be wrath, right? So it's instead of the extended hand of love, it's the backhand of God's love. It's wreaking righteous anger towards humanity. I was speaking at a camp years ago, sharing that concept, and a lady stood up and said, "Wreaking doesn't have a W." Sorry, it does. This morning, as I read mercy, I thought, hey, what is mercy? So if grace is the extension of God's love, and if wrath is the backhand, the smackdown of God's love, there are points in Scripture where you see people who deserve God's smackdown, God's wrath, and they don't get wrath. They get something else. The punishment that they deserve is withheld from them. That's called mercy. I remember as a kid having times when my dad would say, hey, go in the bedroom and wait for me to come with a belt. And on those rare occasions he would come in and talk me through it and not, spank me through it. He showed mercy. So been working through an acrostic for mercy this morning, and here's what I came up with. I'm not settled on this yet, but I like it. Mercy is man's expected recompense canceled by Yahweh. Man's expected recompense canceled by Yahweh. Isn't that cool? So Yahweh, in his love, cancels the recompense or the payment that is due us for our behavior. And that is mercy. And so I just pray that God would extend his hand of grace, that you would not warrant God's wrath, and that God, when you do, would extend his hand of mercy to you today. God bless you. Make sure you check us out at info@menarena.org and follow us on our Facebook and our Instagram accounts. Thank you for listening, and have a great day.